Yeah, hello guys. Good afternoon, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Football Fan Zone with your boy Timber Banks. And guys, I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I was a bit late. I went out. I rushed down to just do the show. Like I said, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the Football Fan Zone with your boy Timber Banks. And this morning, guys, we're talking about transfer. It's all about football transfers happening in the world of football. So we are going to be looking into transfer, the latest speculation, the latest rumor. We're also going to be reacting to everything. So let's get into it together, guys. So, and please, guys, before I begin the show, please, if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time of actually coming across our platform, please give us a like and also please do subscribe to the channel, guys. Do subscribe to the channel and feel free also to share to friends and loved ones, man. So let's build this community together, guys. So I guess we'll kick off the show with the star boy Kubo. We're kicking the show with Kubo, and it says here, this is coming from Liverpool transfer room. Also Dario, yes, and it says here Liverpool have intensified their effort in signing Tekafusa Kubo and now willing to pay his release clause of 50 million pounds. That 50 million pounds will be 60 million pounds and 60 million euros. And this time the Reds are actually going strong for the Japanese winger. And what thing is what I will say is this, guys. For me, I honestly believe it's going to be a good addition to Liverpool. Though I am yet to understand where he's going to play. Because for me, when you look at it, I believe watching him play for Real Sociedad, he plays more from Mo Salah's wing. But what I will ask is, what do you do with Mo Salah then? What are Liverpool planning to do with Mo Salah? Or are they looking to play Mo Salah up front as a center uh, forward? Because for me, I honestly believe, if I'll be honest with you guys, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think Mo Salah still have that um, ability, the pace to actually play as a right wing. So for me, and I've been saying to people, I said it will not really be a bad idea if Liverpool can actually play him as a centre forward. Because if there's one thing I've actually seen with that Liverpool team, they struggle to get goals. You know, you have the likes of Darwin Nunes, who will always be creative, but at the end of the day, you know, goals you are actually expecting to put in the back of the net, it does not. And the next truth is this: I have watched Darwin Nunes play as a right wing, and I've watched him play as a left winger. And I believe if you take a risk on him at Luis Diaz position, he will cook. I've seen him played in that wing, and I think he will play well there if you give him that opportunity. He will play well there, and I think Salah will still also score goals playing as a center midfielder. He will, no doubt. Salah is going to get goals playing as a center midfielder. So it will not be a bad idea if that is what they are planning to do. Bringing in Kubo, bringing in Kubo to come to Liverpool, whereby it gives the opportunity of Salah moving to the center forward and Kubo playing um, as what's it called, as at the right wing. But who knows? I don't know because they've got a new manager in Anslot, and it just we just have to just wait to see what Anslot is all about, guys. We just have to just wait and see what Anslot is all about. So I think we're moving on from that. We are going to be talking about Kevin De Bruyne future. You know, as we all know, guys, he has been linked with a move out of you know Manchester City, and there have been articles that have came outside to deny that fact that there is no truth in that. But guys, as we all know, sometimes, as we always say, guys, there is no smoke without fire. You know, I honestly still believe that somewhere, somehow, I believe there are talks ongoing for this lad, Kevin De Bruyne, to join Al Ittihad. Now, this is coming up from Daily Mail, and it says here, and like I said, coming from Daily Mail, it says right here on the article, Kevin De Bruyne and Man City are set for showdown talks over his future. However, Pep Guardiola insisted he will stay amid reports Etihad have agreed terms with the Belgian star. Now, if you remember, guys, I always say something about when a player is being linked to a club, and there's been rumor of players being linked to clubs, players agreeing terms. Sometimes it might just be the player himself wanting a new contract, and that's a fact. It might be the player wanting uh, a new contract with higher salary wages. And as we already know, guys, Kevin De Bruyne is already earning a lot of money at Manchester City, you know. And if we are going to be honest and be sincere with each other, guys, if Kevin De Bruyne leaves Man City, it leaves them shaky. They suddenly does not become the Man City that is guaranteed of winning the league. That is how much, or how much, or how is what is in that club. You know, because when you lose a player of his caliber in that Man City's team, then you look at Man City's team as the same way we look at Chelsea, the same way we look at Man U, the same way we look at Liverpool. Because Kevin De Bruyne has so many things he does for that Man City's team. There are so many things he brings into that team. He brings creativity, he brings goals, he brings leadership skills and everything. So I will not be surprised they are trying to negotiate for another deal, probably to increase his amount of money somehow, or maybe he's just looking for a new contract. So, like it says here, Man City will look to determine Kevin De Bruyne's futures plans after Pep Guardiola confirmed the talisman is remaining at the club for the final year of his contract. So now, it might be that Kevin De Bruyne wants a new contract at Man City, and it might be that he wants to move for real. But I guess we are going to, we will not find out until the deal gets resolved. Moving on, it says Kevin De Bruyne has been subject of intense interest from Saudi Pro League, as Mail Sport revealed in January, with Etihad hopeful of luring him away from the Etihad Stadium. The 33-year-old talked up prospects of a move to the Middle East during the Euro Championship before insisting he was happy at City. Guardiola has now shut down suggestion of his departure before City kick off their preseason against Celtic, which they lost anyway. So, like I said, now sometimes, sometimes all these links can come out as a result that the player wants a new deal. Honestly, all these articles can come out as a result whereby the player wants a new deal, wants a new contract, wants increment in salary. And we saw it with Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. At some point, there was article linking Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid. I am not saying that article is not real, but sometimes it might also be the agent that is linking him with Real Madrid. You know, if you think I'm lying, try and go online and link any player to clubs. You will see that there's been an article at some point of that player's career that it was this so club. So these are things clubs do, agents does. PSG have been there saying, or people have been talking about PSG wanting Marcus Rashford. But right now, Kylian Mbappe have left. Who are PSG coming from? Sancho. So it tells you that sometimes all this PR team, they work extra miles. They work extra miles. And that's the next truth, guys. So I guess we just have to just wait and see if this Kevin De Bruyne deal will happen or not. I guess we have to see if the deal end up happening or not. So moving on, guys. I wanted to touch on this. What's his name? I wanted to touch on this. I wanted to touch on David De Gea's situation. You know, because I myself was not really happy, but I think I will have to talk about that later. But going forward, Amrabat. There have been reports that Amrabat would like to stay at Manchester United. You know what, guys? Sometimes when you look at Manchester United and their fan base, and you try to make sense of what they say, sometimes it doesn't make any sense. You know, I have a situation whereby somebody was talking about, I think it was Rant and Flawless. They were talking about the fact that Amrabat is not worth 20 million euros. Guys, we are talking about 20 million euros. I'm sure 20 million euros is equivalent to probably 13, 15 million pounds. So you're telling me it's not worth that amount of money in today's transfer window. Amrabat, you want me to believe, you call yourself a pundit. You want me to believe that Amrabat is not worth 20 million euros. But you want me to believe that Scott McTominay, or you want me to believe that you guys can actually get 20, 25 million pounds for Scott McTominay. Now, let's do the math. Who is a better player between Amrabat and Scott McTominay? Let's drop the fact that Amrabat did not get game time under Ten Hag. Because at the end of the day, this is it is his problem. I do not blame United fan for having that opinion. The only person I blame here is Amrabat. Because if Amrabat have decided to do the right thing, he will not be in a situation where he is right now by United and their fan base are thinking he does not deserve to go for 20 million euros. Just trigger the clause of 20 million euros, which is less than 50 million pounds. At some point, Liverpool wanted this guy. Klopp wanted him so bad. This is a problem I sometimes have with players. Instead of going to somewhere whereby you are appreciated, you will decide to go somewhere whereby because you want to go there. You want to go there. Instead of going to a club, like they need me. Amrabat in that Liverpool team, he was going to ball all season. He was going to ball. Just because Ten Hag did not use Amrabat, it's not a fault. It is not his fault. Ten Hag did not use Amrabat, and I do not blame Amrabat for that. We saw what Amrabat was all about at the World Cup. And if you think or believe that was flop, we saw what it was all about at Fiorentina. At the Conference League final. If you think that was a flop, we saw what Amrabat was all about and what he could do at the end of the Premiership season. When Ten Hag believed now his job is at risk and he wanted to save his job. We saw it. So the fact that people comes around and want to make me believe that Amrabat is not worth 20 million euros, guys, in today's transfer window, whereby I can sell myself for 20, 30 million euros. You can get a player like Everton, Chelsea are busy selling players that haven't touched a ball for 20 million, 30 million pounds. Then people want to make me believe because I don't understand how people just watch football, man. Honestly, I don't understand how people watch football. So you want me to believe Amrabat is not what 20 million euros, guys. 20 million euros. So now, according to the article here, it says here Amrabat wants to return to Manchester United. Florentina want the situation sorted out quickly, so are ready to discuss a paid loan or a discounted transfer. Now, a paid loan would be how much? Because sometimes you guys act as if you're wise, but you spend foolishly. A paid loan. How much was the loan paid for Amrabat last term? I think it was around 10 million pounds. So why don't you pay the remaining 15 million pounds? The player is yours. So you want Amrabat to come back on loan again. For how much are you going to pay again for Amrabat to come back on loan? Because it doesn't make any sense to me, guys. 20 million pounds for a player like Amrabat. Do the deal. Do the deal. He's a good player. He's a good player. It's better than whatever Manchester United have up front. It's better. It's better than Scott McTominay. That's a fact. We don't even have to debate about it. He is miles ahead than whatever Scott McTominay will ever be. So for me, I do not understand 1 second. Where is this disrespect coming from? Now, this is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Um, it's coming from Fabrizio Romano, and it says here, Napoli are not changing their plans on Romelu Lukaku after 3-year deal agreed. They want to proceed as soon as possible. Victor Osimhen wants PSG deal in standby as PSG won't pay the clause or include Khan in Lee in the deal, but Osimhen keep waiting. They've been talk that Osimhen is now considering going to Saudi Arabia. They've been talk that Victor Osimhen now is now considering going to Saudi Arabia. So, what do you call that? Is that a success or a failure? Because for me, what I would say is this, man. I've always been saying it is not good enough. It's not good enough. But people don't really understand when I say it's not good enough, people think I am stupid. I've watched him and I understand this guy is not what people make him seem. It's not that guy. It's not. But it will be interesting to see what end up becoming of Osime. But for now, moving on, guys, I want to talk about James Rodriguez because they've been about 4 clubs are interested in James Rodriguez because he had a fantastic, you know, he had a fantastic Copa America. He was, balling at Copa America. So I think he terminated his contract with which club was he playing for? He terminated the contract with the club he was playing for. Now, 4 clubs in Spain are trying to sign James Rodriguez, and this is coming from Dario Sport. Atletico Madrid, Real Betis, and Real Valerie and Celta Figo are all interested in signing James Rodriguez. Where do you guys think will be the best place for him to go to? Which club would you recommend for him? Because for me, I believe he's still a top player, man. I'm sorry, he's still a top player, so I believe he can still do it. The fact that he cannot do it for Real Madrid anymore, don't mean I cannot do it anywhere else. We saw his school. His school was balling at Real Betis, and at Real Madrid, it looked as if he was not a good player anymore. But he left, went to Real Betis, a club whereby you know he becomes the star of the team again, and we saw him balling. So I still believe there's a player there in when it comes to what's his name, Jose Rodriguez. Just that it did not really happen for him at Madrid. It happened, but to some certain extent. So moving on, guys, we're talking about Eddie Ketia. We're talking about Eddie Ketia because Eddie Ketia is strongly linked away from Arsenal. We have seen him being linked with Marcel. But there's also an article that is saying Arsenal are prepared to offer Eddie Ketia as part of a swap deal with Crystal Palace for Mark Guehi. Now, Arsenal go for Maguire after they've gotten a Calafiori. Calafiori. I think it's a good thing, man, guys. I think it's a very, very good thing because if there's something I've been saying for a very long time, I still believe Arsenal needs squad depth. And I believe Arsenal, they need to sign like, you know, another two, three players. If you can get Maguire into the club, then you shift your attention to a striker and a midfielder. So they are going to add. They want to offer Eddie Ketia to Crystal Palace for Mark Guehi. I don't need to tell you guys what Guehi brings into the Arsenal team because Guehi, we saw what he is all about. We saw what he could do at the Euros. So there will not be needed me trying to just make you guys see what he's capable of because I believe everybody knows he's a baller, he's a good player. You know. Now, Manchester United are said to be they want to get rid of about eight, about seven players, seven solid players, guys, seven players. Do you think that can happen? Seven players. Because if you ask me, I'll tell you for free. I don't think so. Now, Manchester United will consider offer for Lindelof, Victor Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Christian Eriksen, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Anthony, and Jadon Sancho also be available if valuations are met. Now, one thing is this, guys. Like he says, I do not know how much they value Harry Maguire, Anthony, Scott McTominay, Sancho. I don't know. But if I'll be honest with you guys, and let's be realistic, man. The deal that are possible here among all these mentioned, Ericsson, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, okay, seven. For me, I would take out Anthony because Anthony is going nowhere. Nowhere. Excuse me. No chances Anthony going anywhere. Anthony is not going anywhere. For those people that believe Anthony will be sold, well, I am here to bust your bubble. Anthony is going nowhere. So that will be six remaining. And for me, I don't think Scott McTominay is going to get sold. For some reason as well, I don't think Harry Maguire too will get sold. Because every player that have left United are players that want more game time. And I don't want you guys to be including Rafael Varane in the deal or Antonio Martial because they were going anyway. Donny van de Beek had to go. They basically gave him his transport to Girona. Brendan Williams, his contract expired. So I don't want to other conversation whereby they're going to tell you they're getting rid of the dead wood. They're not. Because if they're getting rid of the dead wood, Scott McTominay should not be here. Harry Maguire should not be here. Lindelof Eriksen should not be here. Though I can still make an argument for Eriksen and Lindelof because obviously Tenak did not fail to utilize them very well. So for me, I would say the only players here that I can tell you will probably leave is Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Eriksen, because Eriksen's getting rid of Eriksen is easier deal to do. Then maybe Sancho with the fact that this links with PSG is really, really becoming strong. But Anthony, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, I don't see them leaving the club. Honestly, I don't see them leaving that club one bit. I don't see them leaving the club. I do not see them leaving Manchester United. Moving on, and there've been talks that there's a link here that says let me just check it out. Okay, Eric Ten Hag believes that the signing of Nasia Masweri could help unlock the potential of Anthony. Now, this is nonsense. This is what you want to put in the bin. I've also been seeing people talking about Ruud van Nistelrooy coming into the club will help the likes of Rashford, the likes of Garnacho, the likes of Rasmus banging goals. That makes me laugh, man. It makes me laugh. The fact that Ten Hag is needing somebody to unlock potential of another player is crazy. It's mad. It's mad. It is honestly crazy. So, how do you believe bringing in a player makes another player plays better? Okay, how about you bring in this player, Masweri? He comes in and gets injured. So, what happened to Anthony? It doesn't make. Sometimes when you read all this article, it doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Honestly. And this is back to what I said just now. That Anthony is. I don't think Anthony leaves. They're all over the places, man. I don't think he leaves. But the thing is this, man. I'll keep saying I still believe Anthony is a good player. I watch this guy at Ajax. I watch him play. The thing is that Man U have failed. Man U and Ten Hag have failed to bring out whatever Anthony was doing at Ajax for him to repeat it at what's it called, at Man U. It's a shame. But I guess time. Let's wait and see what he ends up doing. But moving on, guys. I've there's an article coming out to say Manchester United, I say Manchester United, sorry, Real Madrid are looking to do a deal with Matt Hummels. It's coming from Gaza, Gazzetta in Italy. Real Madrid are seriously considering signing Matt Hummels on a free transfer. The interest has stirred the German discussion with Bologna. It was actually considering go to Bologna to replace Calafiori, but now Real Madrid have also seemed to be interested in him. Will he end up going to Real Madrid? And like it says here on the article, it has put on hold to the discussion he's having with Bologna. But that will be interesting to see. Let's see what that will become. Moving on, I want to talk about this Matthias Delete issue. Because one thing is this, guys. I honestly believe that Manchester United are taking a piece. Honestly, if you guys are really really serious in signing this player, how about you go there and just splash out this money, man? Because he's a better player, like he's a better player, proven and everything. I know at the point in time, all these players are just being happy over the signing of Lenny Euro. Everybody see like happy and everything, but guys, but it also depends on the outgoings as well, because they've been able to bring in players for good amount of money, no doubt. But the outgoing have been crap. And if you are a Manchester United fan, if you're going to rate this transfer window, You should be rating it on outgoings, honestly. So the likes of Harry Maguire needs to leave the club. And the fact that they might end up going for the US tour tells you that the deal will probably be done later in the transfer window. But offering 33 million pounds for Manchester United is an insult. I'm sorry. There's no way they go ahead to offer 45 million plus 5 million add-ons for Brightweight. Then you go ahead and spend 62 million euros on the euro. Then you are pricing Matthias Delete for such a peanut amount of money. Come on, guys. Let's know what we are doing. Let's know we're taking a piece and when we're insulting a player. Honestly, because it's not working at because it's not working for him at what's it called? The father is not working for him. The father is not working for him at Bayern Munich. It does not mean that he's a useless player. Honestly, they've been breaking news. Asu Fati has sustained a foot injury and is set to begin treatment. I don't understand, man. By the time in just the new season, I don't understand what is all about. This player is all about, man. Like forever injured, man. Forever injured. Is forever injured. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. It's a shame. Well, there've been talks that there's a possibility that Ivan Toney might, run out his contract because I don't know why clubs are not coming for him because I believe he's a good player. I believe he's a good player. I believe it's this FFP crap. But it says here, Ivan Toney is prepared to run down his Brentford contract if he does not land a big move this summer. His current deal runs out next summer. But I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. It's a shame that no club is going for him because I believe he's a good player. And I also believe this guy at Chelsea, at Manchester United, at Arsenal, especially Arsenal. Arsenal need this guy in their team. The reason why they've not gone outside to do a deal like this is something I don't really understand. Honestly, if there's a club out there in the Premiership that needs to sign a player of this magnitude, this Arsenal Football Club. And the fact that they've not done that, it makes you question what is Arteta and Edu doing? What are they doing? What are they even doing? Now, moving on, guys. I want to just go into this Jao Neves deal because it has been reported from Almeida, from Pedro Almeida. He says that all agreed Jao Neves will be a PSG player in a deal around 80 million euros. So I guess everything has taken place behind the scene for him to become a PSG player. But yet you want to ask why are PSG kind of getting him for cheap and United can't get him for that amount of money as well. We want to ask why. We want to ask what's the reason. Now, before I go into the David De Gea, I just want to just check if there's something I've not really touched. Let's talk about it. Okay. First, I think I haven't talked about. I've spoken about sorry, about Matthias Delete already. I spoke about. Okay, I think I want to talk about Chaloba and Sancho. Let me just talk about Sancho. Now, Jadon Sancho, like it says here in the article, coming from the Liquick, it says Sancho is likely liked by Luis Enrique after impressing him with his performance against PSG in the Champions League. Now, this is a manager who has balled at top clubs, has won treble with Barcelona. You know, There are people you don't get just impressed, and I think what's his name? Enrique is one of them. And the fact that Enrique is actually impressed at what he did against PSG says a lot about this player. And I don't want to know whatever you're going to say. If you don't think he's good enough, if you think he's lazy, that is your own opinion. Because you have top ballers, top managers that believes he's a good player. Like I do. I believe he's a good player. But let's wait and see what gets to happen. Now, moving forward, I want to talk about what's his name, Chaloba. Let me just touch on Chaloba real quickly. I know, like it. I'm very very disappointed at the way things are going between Chaloba and you know Chelsea. Because if you ask me, guys, I'll tell you guys for free. Chaloba is a better player. I said it yesterday. Chaloba is a better player than Disasi, better player than Badishil. Like you can make an argument that in Chelsea, they are right, their center back. You can't name me one center back that is better than this guy. You can't. Not even Wesley Fofana. I'm sorry. He's a better center back than everything they've got at the center back there. And this is a player you can play as a, C- a CDM as well, defensive midfielder, and you can also play him as a right back. And the way he has been treated is an insult. It's a disgrace, guys. It's a disgrace. Now, this is coming from Fabrizio Romano. He says, understand Chelsea are ready to sell Trevor Chaloba for 30 to 35 million pounds. Chelsea believe they have depth in the CD center defense and right back position. Difficult decision not to call him for US top, but plans clear. Three Premier clubs planning playing in Europe football made initial contact. Okay. Now, this is the problem now is having because I think there have been talks that he does not want to play for any other Premiership team. Now, this is how much you know a player that loves his club. He has had three offers from three teams that plays in Europe, and Manchester United are among them. Manchester United are among them. Now, this is coming from Ben Jacobs, though you guys know my takes on Jacob. I don't really, go with his this thing. But when it comes around United, it's good at it. And it says here, Manchester United owed a genuine interest in Chelsea centre back Chalobah. The defender has been left out of Chelsea preseason tour and is likely to leave the London club, who wants 25 for him. So I believe they do like a club will get him, but now I believe a club will want him for cheaper, probably 15, 20 million, because it clearly shows that he's a player you don't want in your team. So when you don't want to see a player in your team, whoever club that will come take the player from you, sometimes I want to take a piece. You know, I believe he's a good player. I believe that guy is better than whatever like Chelsea have in the defense. Honestly, I believe he's a better player than whatever Chelsea have got in their defense. And that's the honest truth, guys. But that's my own opinion, guys. I don't know about you. Don't get me wrong. That is my own opinion. I understand. And I believe I stick by it. I believe he's a better player than all these guys. Now, there's a report of the players that will not be going to the preseason. The Manchester United players that will be going for preseason based on the fact that they went for the Euros and Copa America, respectively. Okay, one of them is Kobe Mino, Luke Shaw. I don't know why Luke Shaw is not going to this to US. Like I do not know why is Luke Shaw not going to US for the tour. He only played one game in the final. I don't understand, man. Well, Kobe Mino, Luke Shaw, Joshua Zexi, Leonardo Martinez, Alejandro Garnacho, and Facundo Pedistri will not be involved in the US tour. Man, I can understand everybody else not going, but Luke Shaw have been injured in the entire season of last season and only played one game for England, and all of a sudden he's not going to the US tour. Instead of going to the tour to keep fit, but what do I know? Now, moving forward to the David De Gea issue, guys, because I wanted to speak about it lastly. Now, this is coming from the Central Devils. And it says here, guys, it says here, um, David De Gea was upset with those he held responsible for his departure, Ten Hag and John Mata. De Gea even told his inner circle that he would be happy to return to United if those two figures were no longer there. Now, the thing is this, man. I honestly believe it's time for De Gea to move on. But the honest truth is that I'm with him. You know, the fact that the way he was treated was an insult, was a disgrace. And you know what, guys? It pains me whereby you see like what fan base have suddenly become. You know, all we do as fans, we don't care how people feel anymore because you believe they are being paid. Honestly, you believe they are being paid, and because they are being paid, you think they don't have emotion, or you don't because they are being paid, you should not sympathize with the way people are being treated. Like, how does a keeper that was that won the Golden Glove, the keeper of the season, you know, it was being given. There was a possibility whereby they reduce his what's it called, his wages, and he was meant to believe that he was staying at the club. He went out on loan. Sorry, he went out for vacation, and as he went out on vacation, he discovered coming back after a vacation that he was no longer a Manchester United player. And people are busy saying it is time to go. Nobody is disputing the fact that you guys want to play football from the back or it's time to go. But sometimes the way you treat people matters a lot. And the way David De Gea was treated was bad. He was treated very, very bad. How old is David De Gea? Now, consider when he came into the club. He came into the club when he was very, very, very young. I think he was 19 when he joined Man U, 19 years old. And ever since then, he has only known Manchester United. Even though, as a player, you were going to not renew his contract, let him know that in time you were not going to renew his contract so that he puts himself back in the market. Because the performance he had last season, the season before leaving United, or the season his contract expired, is enough for other clubs to come in for him. It's enough for every other club to come in for him. Honestly, it was enough. It was enough for him to get a move somewhere else. And he did not even get a farewell. For a player that I've played since 19 years old, let me just check. I want to just check something. How old is David De Gea right now? Just to be sure of what I want to say, guys. Because it's a shame, man. How old is David? It's 33. Let's just say it was 32 when he left United. Let's say it was 32 years when he left United. Yeah, that he was at the club for 13 years. He was at Manchester United for 13 years. And he did everything he did for the club for 13 years. And yet, he did not get appreciated. He did not even get a farewell for being a loyal servant for 13 years. Not even a farewell. It's a shame. Honestly, it is a shame. But fans will not care. Their fans will not care. All they care about is they've got Onana, they've got new people doing the this thing. But nobody cares how these guys was feeling. And it's a shame, honestly. But that will be all for me, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Please don't forget to join us for the Ofita show. Ofita talk, sorry. Later tonight around 7 p.m. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Love you guys.